Cool. What is good? For the benefit of humanity, we're going to go over these comparative languages, get them installed real quick, tweak out any bugs. I got my systems up and ready to run, so let's get to it. Alright, so if you already have Rust code and you just want to see the output, you just want to run it, and it is local, doesn't depend on any external files or anything like that, I'd recommend just using one of the online compilers. There is this compiler here, which is play.rust-lang.org. This one's going to be your basic, no sign up needed, no nonsense, get ready to go. Definitely would start here. Then there's the program is. This is some nonsense, but you can run code and get some output, and there's options for a bunch of other languages that may interest you. Quick adage, GodBolt. GodBolt is always the best. You can see the you can see the assembly code with it. Actually, screw everything I said previously, just stick to GodBolt, but those options are there. I'm not sponsored by anybody, so use what you want, but GodBolt is going to give you the best of all worlds. Very minimal BS. Account is not needed. Multiple languages, multiple assembly output options. There's compiler options that you can put in here. GodBolt's where you want to be for pretty much all of this going forward. Okay, so let's get started with this Windows install. First thing you're going to want to do is check your system type. The easiest way to do that is probably just go to the File Explorer, go to this PC or local disk, and check if you have two folders. If you have two folders and one says x86 in parentheses, you're on a 64-bit system. If you want a more official version, you're going to go ahead and open the control panel. Open up the control panel, go to System and Security, go to System, and then check the device specifications. It's going to give you your processor, the amount of RAM you have, and a bunch of information, including the system type. And this is an x64 based processor, so we are going to use the 64-bit version of Rust when we install. So to actually begin the Rust installation procedure, we just type in Rust install. I've already typed that in there, and go here and go to the install page. Unfortunately, it automatically tries to detect what system you're on, so you need to be on the system that you want to install in to get this Windows page. For Linux, you'll see it doesn't really matter, but then you want to go ahead, and we are in a 64-bit system, so we're just going to go ahead and click that. We're going to keep it, we are going to open it, and we're going to run it. It's going to open up the command prompt, or a command prompt terminal for you, and give you some options here. We are just going to go with the defaults. We do want to modify the path, and that should be good enough for us. All right. It's installed. After restart the shell, this is going to reload its path environment so that we're all cleaned up here. You don't have to add it to path or anything, which makes things kind of easier. So then we can go here just to confirm that everything is good. We'll type in CMD, open up the command prompt, and we should just be able to type rust c, and there you go. So had we not installed this and added it to path correctly, this would be an unknown command. So the fact that it is known shows that we are locally installed. Alright, so here we are on the Debian system, the installation, the Linux, whatever, it should all be the same, as long as you have curl available, which you may or may not. You definitely want to check that out. wget is the preferred thing here, but for now we're just going to use curl because that's what the instructions say. So, open up that terminal there, and it is a simple command. I'll post in the comments, but if you want to confirm that or see it for yourself, or whatever reason, same process, just go to rust install. I don't know what rust install, and see what I was talking about earlier. It automatically detects the system that you're in, which is fine, but you're not going to be able to get the exe file on Windows from Linux, which is kind of annoying. You have to go to a different page. It's actually not even in the rust-lang.org site. You have to, it's an external, whatever. Just copy and paste this curl command, Control-Shift-V right there, and this should be the entire process. But before we do that, let's just show that it is not currently installed by typing rust c. The command is not found, so after we do this, we are going to do the exact same process before. Just hit enter, everything will be added to path. It's going to do cargo, and the FMT, the cargo is the package manager, and some other things there, or dependence library, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so it looks like it has successfully installed, so we may need to restart this, but we might be able to get away with that. Okay, we're not going to be able to. So to configure your current shell, Okay, you need to restart. So we don't need to include. All right, we're good. Sometimes you need to set the, you need to change the bash RC file, but we don't need to do that, so we're good. Rust C, the installation has proceeded, and we are ready to rock.